Max, in every game there are some critical at bats. In that one against Harper, what were you able to do to get the strikeout in the fifth?
Just make pitches. Yeah, I mean, like you said, the game can really turn on that at bat. And was able to come away on top and just that at bat. But keep it at keep it at a 2-2 game. Then our offense goes out and scores another run, and kind of flips the game in our favor and allows us to use our leverage relievers. So that is a pivotal point of game. But at the same time, that it's the rest of our team that allows our team to win. So that's what makes it great today. Is everybody hand in hand in it.
How different do you come away feeling about your outing when it's 6 innings, 2 runs, and the team's up, versus if it was 5 innings and the 2 runs?
I don't know. You got to go out there and do your job. Sometimes you can go 5 innings and they grind you and pick you apart. But my job is to pitch deep into a ball game. I always want to be trying to throw 7 innings. So to get get a quality start in and get 6 innings in. Put the team in position to win. And our pen came out there and did their job. And then Robbie obviously closing out the 8th and 9th. That sealed the deal.
How much convincing did you need to do for Buck to get that 6th?
I don't know. I felt good, and I just told him I felt good. I thought it was a hot day today, and just felt like I didn't have to really use a lot of effort to generate velocity. I was just pitching, and just kind of, I don't want to say cruising, but like not having to really step on the fastball to be able to throw good fastballs. And so really, I think after the 5th, I was at 95 pitches. My arm felt like it was 85. So I felt strong, and I knew I could finish that inning.
He described it as a semi-agreement that you guys came to after you talked about it. Is that a good way to put it?
I was absolutely convicted that I was going to be able to go out there in the 6th and be my best.
How big have these last 2 starts been for you? Obviously, last time out was 8 innings, and now you go throw 107. Your most pitches.
I just need to pitch well. Everybody needs to pitch well. Everybody needs to play well. We got to win series right now. We got to start, picking up, putting down, win series, and this is a big one, especially in division. We've gone out there now. We had a tie, and we got a big opportunity tomorrow to be able to win the series. So that's what we need to do. My job is to go out there and try to hold them down as long as I can and pitch deep into a ball game. So, it doesn't mean I'm not caught up in results. I focus on my process and how my pitches play, and that's what I put my attention to. So results, they come and go.
Max, back to that one at bat or against Harper, but in general, really, in those big moments, those critical at bats in a game, do you in that moment say, okay, this is the one where it's going to turn on this at bat, or are you just so locked in pitch to pitch that it's more something you think about in retrospect?
Well, I think you're thinking about it in retrospect. You look at the game, and then in 20/20 hindsight, go to that bat and say, oh, that was the pivot part of the game. We're in your game. You just got to compete every single moment you got. So, let's say he even gets a hit. Well, what happens if we came back and scored 4 the next inning? Then that would be the pivot part of the game. So, it's only in hindsight that looks like a moment in the game.
Well against Schwarber.
I made pitches, kind of used everything to sequence around him. I know he's a threat. I mean, I know he can hit the ball a long way. I've given him up. So you got to be cognizant of that. You can't make mistakes with him. I mean, he does a good job of controlling the zone, forcing you to throw strikes, and you got to be able to throw strikes and locate, because the moment you make a mistake, it's gone. So, he's always a tough at bat, but I always love facing him because it's that type of challenge.